into the CHGO White Sox pregame show, coming to you live from Studio A of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. Alongside me, Herb Lawrence.
Hello.
CHGO, duh. He's our CHGO White Sox community leader. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me at Sean_W_Anderson. You can follow the show at CHGO_White Sox. We're being produced today by Sarah.
Hi.
Hello. We are going to be previewing today's game between the White Sox and Twins. Been off for the past couple of days. Been a nice long weekend.
It has.
We are not too rusty, but we were off on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, hey, we're back here with clear eyes,
Full hearts.
Full hearts.
We can't lose.
You can't lose. I've never seen that show.
Like Parker Lewis.
There you go. Thank you for helping me out on that. I don't know. I don't get the reference.
It's great. It's a great show. You should check it out.
Is Parker one of the players?
No, Parker Lewis Can't Lose is an actual different show from the 80s or 90s. But when you say Can't Lose, I always think about Parker Lewis. No, the main character is Coach Taylor.
I was about to
Coach
say.
Eric Taylor.
You're confusing me with all these names. I know Coach. I know his wife. And Saracen, and then
was a Chicagoland native.
The guy Aaron Taylor. No, is there Taylor?
Come on. Coach Taylor. Yeah,
Coach Taylor. Okay,
Eric Taylor is his name.
Go. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I kind of know the show. Yeah. Anyways, let's jump into what happened this weekend because we haven't talked much about the Marlins series because there wasn't much to talk about in the end of it. Two bad baseball teams were forced to play against one another. Herb, did you have a favorite game? Was it the one the White Sox actually won?
Yeah, I mean, on Friday I watched very tangentially, like it was in the background. I was doing other things. I was like, I'm on my vacation or week off of White Sox. I don't need to watch them, especially playing another terrible team. But it looks like Drew Thorpe went down and did Drew Thorpe type of things, and it's very promising to see him. And I know it's just the Marlins, but they're a Major League Baseball team. Teams like the Marlins will be in front of Drew Thorpe. Let's see how he performs, and he acquitted himself very well in that Friday outing and winning the game for the White Sox, their only win in this whole Miami Marlins series. I thought the starting pitching, sans Garrett Crochet, where he had to leave early out of that game, was pretty good, and it's been pretty good for a while now.
Yeah, and Thorpe's been fantastic. He's 3-1 now in 5 starts, and he has given up 2 or less earned runs in 4 of the 5. Only one was bad was the Arizona start. So overall, it's been good for Thorpe so far. 3.71 ERA, like you mentioned. The control was there. 90 pitches through 6 1/3. I don't think it was wrong to pull him out or anything like that. But it does seem like he's getting close to 7 innings. Seems like he's getting closer and closer with each time. He hasn't gone past 100 pitches in his major league career yet, and he was pulled in that Detroit start with 94, that Colorado one with 88, and that Miami one with 90. So maybe there's a little bit more in the tank, but still, so far, so good from Drew Thorpe. Like you mentioned, I didn't expect the worst start of the week to come from Garrett Crochet. He had a 70-pitch inning or something like that.
45 pitch inning.
I think it was 75 pitches.
I might as well have been.
It felt like
Goodness
75
gracious.
pitches. Brutal inning for him there, and it really kind of made the stint a lot shorter. 4 innings total, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks. Not great for the White Sox, but what was probably worse is, blowing the lead and not actually winning that game. So that's bad there. But then John Cannon coming in and having a nice day and 6 innings of pitching.
I mean, I'm getting impressed with him as every start goes by. I know there's been hard ones in between there, but the kid has battled and acquitted himself quite well in his major league infancy. So I'm looking forward to each time he goes out there. And it was smart by the White Sox to give both him and Crochet and Drew Thorpe extra time. That extra day that they all got by just having a bullpen day on Thursday is very genius. Smart. I think they should go with the 6-man rotation because they're going to have another person coming back. Starting pitcher number 5, Mike Clevenger, is on the doorstep of coming back. He's still rehabbing, but still, eventually he'll come back because they want to trade him. They don't want to have to be in the same situation they were in last year, which is looking exactly like the same situation they were in last year, where Mike Clevenger pitches poorly, gets hurt, misses like a month and a half, and then is too much money and or hasn't pitched enough for them to trade away. Like, he pitched like the day before the trade deadline last year, and no one was going to take that contract and the player. And so I don't want to be stuck with that guy. So get back here, get on the mound, let some sucker think that you're good, and give us some single A person. Or, even better, just DFA him now. save yourself, White Sox, because no one's going to go and get them. So, yes, I like where the starting rotation's at right now, and I like how they're just giving extra rest to these young pitchers who haven't done what a veteran group would have done by this point. We already see that Garrett Crochet not running out of gas, but that Miami Marlins team was just fouling off balls every single time. I think they fouled off 20 pitches in that inning, and the Jake Burger at bat, which ended in Jake Burger getting out, I think was 10 or 11 pitches itself in that fourth inning. So you need more rest for these guys because they haven't done the things that they're doing currently at this part of the year. So I'm in favor of a 6-man rotation and/or doing this bullpen day every time throughout the rotation.
22 days away from the trade deadline where this White Sox rotation will be severely altered. Eric Fetty, Garrett Crochet, a part of that. Hey, and maybe even tonight's starter, Chris Flexen, will be a part of that. We'll talk about that in just a second. You bring up starting pitcher 5. I also want to talk about Michael Kopech. Then we'll hit a break and talk about tonight's game. But I don't know. I feel like I called this. Man hasn't pitched since June 23rd.
Yeah.
I mean, he had liquid in his elbow.
Yeah.
And then he's got this neck injury. That dude ain't pitching again. We're stuck with him. And thankfully, I don't think he'll ever put on a White Sox uniform again.
That would be the dream. I don't know why you're keeping him on the team if you know that you're just making up phantom injuries now that he's not pitching. This is literally, I think he missed the most of June last year and then came back at the end of July. And that's where he's headed right now, even though he has a new injury. So, yes, if the White Sox are just like, I want to hide this guy, just pay him money just to not be on our team anymore, just pay him money to go away. Somebody else will pick him up. Who cares? Get him off our team. You should never have re-signed him anyways. Yeah. It was dumb.
100% agree. And yet, here we are, stuck with him. All right, let's talk about how Sunday's game ends. Old friend.
Yep.
Good old friend. Dear old pal, Jake Burger, taking Michael Kopech deep. And, of course, it was a typical Michael Kopech outing. Walked the first batter.
Of course.
Then there was a sacrifice that moved Brujan to third. Then Chisholm flied out. Then Bell doubled to left. And then Sanchez was walked to face Burger. And Burger takes it pretty much past the ugly-ass statue they used to have out in left center field. Killed it. Marlins win 7-4. White Sox lose the series, too, because they just can't close that game out. But Kopech, since June, has an ERA over 8.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a closer.
No, not at all. Like, this is the problem when we were talking about him being converted from a starter to a closer. I'm like, his problem is that he walks too many people. Being a closer or any type of reliever, walking people is a death nail. You cannot do that. And he does that not every, but majority of the appearances that he has. And I know why they did it. I know why they intentionally walked the hitter right in front of Jake Burger to set up a double play there. I would have loved for not to go against Jake Burger because it's obvious what was going to happen. Jake Burger is a fastball hitter. Michael Kopech is a fastball thrower.
He throws it up in the zone.
We knew it was going to happen. It was going to be that storybook ending for Jake Burger. If he doesn't do anything else this year, that thing he will remember for years to come because, yeah, they gave up on him. And, yes, the person who gave up on him is no longer with the team, but still, he's looking at that uniform. It's like, okay, you some bitches didn't want me on the team, and you desperately need me, so enjoy this 3-run homer as I walk this some bitch off. The Marlins had the most walk-offs in Major League Baseball. I think 9 now in their time there. They haven't been winning a lot of games, but when they do at the crib, they're walking that some bitch off. But before the Jake Burger thing happened,
you know who else is walking people?
It was a close game. And there was a close catch, and it's a tough catch, but that Tommy Pham, not missed, but it was Josh Bell's bat, so it's going away from him. It's a left-handed hitter hitting the ball to left field. I think Andrew Benintendi is not catching that, but I think just a regular, average left fielder is catching that ball.
You see my man, though, in left field? That one play? He was trying to close in on that dive and was about 15 feet short.
Oh, my God. So bad.
It's my man.
Oh, my God.
It's my guy.
That was hey, I'm out here trying, guys. You see how close I am? No, you're not. Giving that hustle.
We didn't talk about this, but there was one broadcast, I think about a week ago, and it just was ingrained in my mind. They talked about giving Benintendi the day off because he's been running so much in the outfield. It's like he's been running around trying to catch balls and field out there being a professional, and he's getting too tired from that. Anyways, speaking of walking people, you mentioned walking people in there. Michael Kopech, since June, 13 and a third innings pitched, 9 walks, also 2 hit by pitches, and that doesn't even include the intentional walk that we had on Sunday there. There's 2 intentional walks there, so pretty much a walk an inning for good old Michael Kopech, and he wasn't getting hit, right? That was the one thing that was so alluring about him, was that nobody could hit this fastball. But now it seems like he's dipping off on his speed. Doesn't seem like he's getting up to that 101 like he was typically getting up to earlier on. And then, obviously, the control's been an issue, but he only throws 1 pitch.
Yeah.
And the amount that he's throwing that pitch is somehow increasing. I thought the more that he would become a reliever, the less he'd have to rely on that tool. But the more and more he becomes a reliever, the more and more he says, I am going to throw this one and only pitch. It seems like just a broken project altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he has that much trade value because, yes, he throws fast and maybe somebody would be interested in that, but he couldn't start. Never developed a breaking ball when he was a starter. Doesn't have a starter now. And doesn't seem to be interested in like just being out there in that moment. Doesn't seem like he likes that pressure of being a closer.
Like, this was an opportunity for Michael Kopech to reinvent himself. Like, yeah, it's very disappointing to lose your starting job. But as you said, Sean, he earned to lose that starting job. He hasn't been the guy that he should be by this point. And so take that with the grain of salt you need to and put a chip on your shoulder and say, hey, they don't like me as a starter. I'm going to be the best reliever I can be. And the problems persist. And like with most of Michael Kopech's problems on the baseball field, it starts up here. I think still he's definitely afraid of contact. Hates contact. That's why he walks people. That's why he throws his fastball. Because the fastball usually gets him away from problems, even when the fastball is located in bad spots. And so I think that he's just trying to throw the ball through the catcher, and that's why sometimes you get those balls that are way above the catcher's head and way out of the strike zone. I think he's averse to letting people hit the ball. He has, I thought, good enough stuff for him to just let the people hit the ball and them to field it behind him. And I'm sure maybe he's not Raylo that turns into an all-star after 1 year of being away from the White Sox, but I'm sure some team's going to take a risk on him, sign him to a minor league deal next year, and he will be reformed into either a good starter or a good reliever because he has way too much stuff to be this. He's not going to be out of baseball. He has 100-mile-per-hour fastballs. Somebody will get him, shape him the mold that they need him to be, and maybe it's just a setup guy in the 6th, 7th, or 8th inning. Less pressure, less leverage. Just get in there, throw fastballs to the 8, 9, and 1 hitter.
I don't even know why they haven't even thought of using him as an opener too. Just get 1 inning. Just give us an inning, a clean inning. Just go throw 9 pitches in the zone. See if any of them get hit because. I don't know.
And so
I'm with you that, like, you know, everyone loves the stuff. Everyone loves the athleticism. Everyone loves the alluring potential of him. Fred's saying that, you know, teams will give him 1-year contracts just to think they can fix him. Yep. I don't know. I'm kind of done with him.
Definitely. When he does, like with Raylo, I don't have that type of feeling towards Raylo as I do have towards Michael Kopech. Wherever Michael Kopech goes, I don't know if I'll be cheering for him, but I will when he does have success, which I think he will. I won't blame the White Sox for like not unlocking that talent because the White Sox have given him way many chances to prove that he is the pitcher they think that he is, and it's just time. And I don't know why they're holding on to him. Maybe they think they can package him into with one of the other trades, but people would just take him just as a flyer, like an extra. You won't get extra players because you have Michael Kopech as part of that deal.
They also have to pitch somebody. They did send down Steven Wilson to Charlotte, and they called back up Jordan Leisure. We'll talk about that after the break, but we want to let you know about our friends over at Line and Kugel.
When the weather gets warm, just any beer won't do. You want something light, refreshing, and flavorful. Line and Kugel has a flavor for every summer moment. It's the perfect companion for great outdoors, the great American pastime, and a great night with friends. Whenever I go to the ballpark, you know I'm getting myself a summer shandy because it has the name right in it, summer. But if you don't want to get a summer shandy, which is ridiculous, they have a lot of natural flavored drinks, like the one I'm having right now, which is a grapefruit shandy. It is so delicious. It has real natural white grapefruit flavor. Or what we have in the kitchen, some Lakeside cherry with real cherry juice. And if you are a summer shandy fan, you know that they have natural lemonade flavor in there. Or say you want to go a little lighter. They have Honey Light Lemon with 99 calories and a sweet finish, plus classic crowd pleasings like Liney's Original, Liney's Light Lager, so many others. That one right there is a delicious berry vice if you want to try that one out too. Flavor every summer moment with Line & Kugels, the official craft beer of the CHGO White Sox. Go to liney.com. Go to liney.com/CHGO to find delivery options near you. That's LEINIE.com/CHGO. Or pick up Line & Kugels pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Line & Kugels, flavor the moment. Celebrate responsibly. The Jacob Line & Kugel Brewing Company, Chippewa Falls.
Yes.
Yes.
I never get to do it.
Hell yeah. Come on. We also want to let you know about our friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS, daily fantasy sports, and unlike other apps, Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. And you can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. I don't really love going 4-player picks. That's not my strategy. Even the people that get a little nuts with it go up to 6 players. I get it. You're the more people you put in, the more times you get. I understand the reward there, but I'm usually a 2-entry guy, 2-player entry guy. Chris Paddock, more strikeouts than 4.
Yes.
Chris Flexen, less pitching outs than 16. Pretty simple here. I think Chris Flexen probably gives the White Sox a nice solid 5, but the Twins usually have a good game plan. Do you know who doesn't usually have a good game plan?
Chris Paddock.
The White Sox.
Okay.
Chris Paddock has been fine, and I think Chris Paddock, didn't he strike out 10?
He did.
Yeah,
the White Sox
coming off an injury, but
he's not even a strikeout pitcher.
Good get right game here is Chris Paddock versus the White Sox. So I like those 2 players in my Prize Pick entry, and you can go check it out. Prize Picks is available in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, Illinois, and Georgia. From lowering select player stats projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Friday, Prize Picks is the place to be playing daily fantasy sports. So go download the app today and use code CHGO for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CHGO for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, pick more, pick less. It's that easy. 3-game set coming up against the White Sox and the Twins. The Twins are, what's their record against the White Sox in 2024?
7-0.
7-0. They're undefeated. The White Sox are 5-5 in their last 10, so hey, we'll take it. Thank you, Colorado, for giving us a series win. But I'm expecting the White Sox to get killed. Yeah. Not only today, but this entire series. Thoughts?
You're correct. I mean, just look at the Twins lineup by itself. I'm not calling for it right now, Sarah, but every single player in their lineup has an OPS over 700. Every single one of them, and most of them with 800 plus. There's only one in the White Sox lineup. Do you know who that one player is in the White Sox lineup with over 700? It's barely over 700 OPS today.
I mean, Robert's over 700.
I mean, he's not in the lineup today.
Oh, right. Vaughn.
No.
Corey Julks?
It is not Corey Julks.
Danny Mendick.
No.
Lenine Sosa.
This is not him either.
What the fuck?
Gavin effing Sheets.
Still?
Yeah. It's like 703. So
that's not good.
It's tough. Like, the White Sox don't have the actual talent to beat the Twins. And, forget the stuff that usually happens where Fred predicts that Buxton's going deep tonight. I mean, that's per usual when Minnesota Twins match up with the White Sox. Like, they're still without Royce Lewis, who got hurt again. Maybe he should stretch more, Sean.
Maybe.
Yeah. He got hurt again, and Buxton, he stayed relatively healthy this year, but that Twins team is a juggernaut. They just keep on winning. And whatever Rocco Baldelli's doing up there, I hate it. But I wish them to keep on doing it so they stay in the same spot that they are right now, which is the second wild card. And the first wild card becomes the Yankees, which means they'll get to get their ass kicked by the Yankees again in the playoffs. That's what I'm wishing for.
I'm always wishing for that. And, hey, they're also getting an incredible performance from Carlos Correa. Everyone's talked about his injury and his health past, but he's been phenomenal in 71 games, a 148 OPS plus. That is the highest in his career since 2017 when he had a 155 OPS plus. So it's good to see him healthy because the White Sox are horrible. What? I mean, I'm going to root against the Twins because my team's bad? Like, that just seems jaded.
Let me correct myself. Sorry. DeYoung also with a 700 OPS.
Oh, okay. There you go. And Fred throwing in that Maldonado has a 318 OPS. All right, before we get into the lineups, do want to let you know again, Jordan Leisure now on the Major League team. Steven Wilson sent down to Triple-A. Leisure since June 16th when he was sent down to Charlotte. 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. It's a 5.06 ERA, but also no home runs, only 3 earned runs, and all of those came in one outing. I don't think we learned much from Jordan Leisure being down in Charlotte, and I don't really get this move. Steven Wilson, of all people?
Yeah, and out of all the players, like, I thought he was having a relatively decent year and a player that you might want to trade at the deadline. Somebody will come calling for Steven Wilson's services. But apparently he wasn't as good as the White Sox, or as we are thinking he is. The White Sox are like, nah, get your ass down to Charlotte and get creamed down there.
I wonder if maybe it's I don't get the thinking, honestly. Like I've tried to put it together. I mean, your guy every day, Justin Anderson's around.
God.
I don't know. I don't know who they're protecting in that actual.
I mean, I know bullpen. He has options, so that was probably one of the determining factors. That do we have a player in the bullpen that has actual options that we can send back down to the minor leagues?
I think Chad Kuhl still has options. I think Schuster should still have options.
Wasn't Chad Kuhl signed as a minor league? Right,
but doesn't he get options back?
I don't know. I don't think you. I think after you're a major league free agent, you don't get your options back.
Yeah, not available. All right. So I guess they couldn't send down Chad Kuhl. Okay. I didn't look up Justin Anderson's options here, but let's check it out. He has 3 MLB options.
I would send his ass down in a second.
And also, why call up Leisure? Like, I mean, did you need to?
He's not lighting the world on fire. Maybe they just want to have him on the major league team for here on out.
I don't get it. I don't get it mainly just because Leisure could have stayed down there for 22 more days and been fine. But nope, here we are. I'm not against it. I'm fine to see Leisure pitch more. I think he is a major league pitcher, and hopefully he can come back with a new sort of, confidence. But I don't know. I'm surprised because I like you. I thought Steven Wilson might have been traded at some point. Just had a 1-inning outing of 3 strikeouts, no hits, no earned runs, nothing. All right, let's look at the lineups for today. Eric saying Chris Flexen is awful. Well, the entire White Sox are. So that's kind of the issue this year, Eric. We want to let you know about the starting 9 for your Chicago White Sox. Lenyn Sosa is leading off, batting third. Batting second, Andrew Benintendi in left field. Batting third, Andrew Vaughn at first base. I think I said Sosa was batting third. Leading off, Lenyn Sosa playing third. Batting second, Andrew Benintendi playing left field. Batting third, Andrew Vaughn at first base. Batting fourth, Gavin Sheets in right field. Batting fifth, Eloy Jimenez at DH. Batting sixth, Paul DeJong at shortstop. Batting seventh, our guy, Nicky Lopez at second base. Batting eighth, Corey Julks in center field. And batting ninth, Martin Maldonado doing the catching of Chris Flexen. Julks was a late sub. Tommy Pham was supposed to be playing center field today, but a dental issue keeps Tommy Pham out of the lineup. Are you worried about Tommy Pham's dental issue?
No, he probably took the tooth out himself and was like, I can play. I trained in the offseason to extract teeth, to fuck somebody up. And today was my own mouth.
When you're effing people up like he is, you have to be quick on your feet and be able to yank a tooth, I mean, it's just the way of life.
Would it surprise you if he just yanked the bad tooth out of his mouth?
No. Just
like with pliers, like, all right, I'm ready to play.
No. No. Nothing would surprise me from that man. Maybe writing a book. Like if he wrote and edited his own book, I think I'd be surprised of that. But also, like, doesn't mean it has to be edited and written well.
Yeah.
He has to write a book. So,
I
wouldn't be that surprised by anything Tommy Pham does.
Like, he doesn't have fat fingers, but I think he'll be smashing the fucking keyboard. Like, look at you. I hate Jock Peterson. And just like hitting it 17 letters with one stroke.
And then he like breaks the end for the finishing the Peterson name, and then he throws it into like a pile of 17 other keyboards with all the N button broken because he's just smashing keyboards. All right, let's get to the Twins lineup. Chris Paddock will be on the mound again for them. You don't like his face?
No, the sheriff, as they call him, he used to be a Padre. He's just not. He's kind of like Michael Kopech, both from Texas, both hard-throwing people, but hasn't been the guy that they thought he would be.
True.
And except for versus the White Sox, where he struck out 10. The only 2 times this year he struck out 10 batters, 1 time versus the White Sox. The only time that he's gone 7 innings without giving up any runs was versus the White Sox.
Oh, okay, cool. Makes sense there. Leading off for the Twins today will be Willie Castro. Want to share this. This is from our friends over at Cespedes Barbecue. Willie Castro has already become the first player in Major League history to appear in at least 20 games at second base, where he will be playing tonight, shortstop, third base, center field, and left field, all in the same season. And he's made 10-plus starts at all 5 of those positions, and he's pitched twice. And at the time, he had an OPS plus over 130. So Willie Castro has been phenomenal for them. So, even with the injuries to Buxton, Correa, and even Julien being sent down,
it's unbelievable.
They got guys. They got shooters. All right. Batting second, Carlos Correa playing shortstop. Batting third, Trevor Larnach at DH. Batting fourth, Jose Miranda. And let's talk quickly about him. In his last 11 games, he has
11 hits.
22 hits.
Okay.
Because
he had like 13 in a row.
Yes, he had on June 26th, 3 hits. On June 27th, 1 hit. On June 28th, 1 hit. On June 29th, 1 hit. On June 30th, 2 hits. On July 2nd, 1 hit. On July 3rd, 1 hit. On July 4th, 5 hits in 5 at-bats. On July 5th, 4 hits in 4 at-bats. July 6th, 2 hits in 3 at-bats. July 7th, 1 hit in 1 at-bat. In his last 11 games, in his last 38 plate appearances, 38 at-bats, he has a .579 batting average, an .816 slugging percentage. Oof. Miranda has been insanely hot. So watch out for Jose Miranda there. He's batting fourth, and he'll be playing first base. Batting fifth, Max Kepler in right field.
There's a home run today.
Kepler?
Yeah.
Okay. Herb called it. If Kepler goes deep,
he will.
6, Byron Buxton in center field.
He's hitting a home run.
I agree with you on that one. It's just even if it's not Kopech, even if it is Kopech, I could just see ninth inning, 4-4 game. They throw Kopech in there. Byron Buxton center field, batting seventh. Brooks Lee at third base.
It's a made up person.
Well, he's a rookie. So I think that's why you think he's made up. Yep. Last time we said that about David Fry, and now he's got an OPS of like 918.
And he's an all-star.
Batting eighth, Ryan Jeffers, the catcher, and batting ninth, Matt Wallner in left field.
Look, right, left, all the way throughout the lineup. Bunch of left-handed hitters who give the White Sox fucking fits. All the same guy, Trevor Larnach, Max Kepler, garbage like that. Just always going to crush the White Sox.
It's fun, isn't it?
I hate these Twins. I think in our rankings of teams you hate in the AL Central, the Twins are at the top. Royals are second, then the Guardians, then the Tigers. I don't hate the Tigers.
Really?
They don't really do anything.
I hate the Guardians more than I hate the Twins.
I don't like
Guardians, Twins, Royals, Tigers.
Okay. Josh Naylor is detestable, even though he doesn't do anything bad.
His mom loves him.
Outside of the realm of baseball. He's just a douche. I would love him on the White Sox, but I remember him as a Padre. He was like, no, he wasn't that good. But his brother Bo's got 2 walk-off hits versus the White Sox. So, yeah, I can understand. But I don't really – their best player is Jose Ramirez. Who can hate that guy? Not even Tim Anderson hates that guy. That guy is just so affable. I love him.
And he punched him.
Exactly.
So there you go. All right, that's going to do it for today's pregame show. We got clicks to pick. So, Herb, why don't you give them out?
I'm going to go with Gavin Sheets. Lefty in the lineup. I'm going to see with what he can do versus Chris Paddock. Last time they faced, he got 1 hit out of his 3 at-bats. So I'm going to go with Gavin Sheets for myself. Vinny's going with Andrew Vaughn. Smart choice, one of the hot hitters on the White Sox. You're going with your typical Andrew Benintendi.
Yes, my guy, number 23.
Not batting second, weirdly enough.
Weirdly enough, did you know, actually, I read this, that Andrew Benintendi is the most valuable 23 in Chicago sports history?
Who else would say anything different?
I can't even think of a Blackhawk who's worn 23.
Cub.
I don't think any Cub has worn 23.
No Bulls at all have worn 23. Bulls. They haven't wore 23 at all. I don't remember ever.
What is this you're saying?
Bulls?
I don't know.
Bulls.
Bull is that do
I
you know
think
this, Sarah?
They play
Bulls?
basketball. I think they do.
Can you Google if a team called the Bulls play basketball? I don't think that's real.
And it's definitely not a White Sox that wear 23.
It's Andrew Benintendi.
I mean, except for him.
It's Andrew
Benintendi. And then our participant in our Discord, who is Husky Bardo, he's going with Lenny Sosa, who got moved from like 8th batter to leadoff batter after Tommy Pham went out with dental issues. And a guy Baloney says cavities, shadow boxing in Tommy's mouth.
Nice.
And he's just punching back.
We'll see what happens tonight. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. We appreciate everyone joining us. Thank you to Alejandro. Blue Dan says Vaughn's going to have 2 homers tonight. Shout out to Baloney, Fred, Eric. Appreciate everyone watching. Thank you to Sarah for producing the show. That's Herb Lawrence. I'm Sean Anderson. We'll talk to you post-game for the recap of this one. Talk to you then.
We all silly like the mayor.